Uh, Hello viewers, Osaze Ekunwe is my name. I am an estate developer and I sell homes and estate in Edo State, Nigeria. Uh, it's good to have you on my channel today. I really appreciate you watching my channel. And if this is your first time on my channel, if this is your first time on my channel, please endeavor to subscribe this channel. Just touch the subscribe button on your screen so you can subsequently get uh, all my notifications when videos are uploaded. So once again, thank you for having you on this channel today. Like I said before, Osaze Ekunwe is my name. I'm an estate developer and I sell homes and estate in Edo State, Nigeria. Today, I want to share some vital informations with us. This video might take up to 10 minutes, but just be patient with us and hear all we have to say today. Is for your own benefit. Those that are interested in investing in real estate, those that are buying properties. So these are some of the things you need to know as an investor in real estate or a property owner. So these are few informations we are sharing with you today has to do with acquiring of properties. Before you acquire, what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to, carry out, the things you're supposed to put in place before acquiring a property in Nigeria, especially Edo State, where I come from. So the first one I have on my list, I have listed some of them. I've written some of these things. I've written them out to share with you today. The very first one is that do not buy a property, you know, do not buy any property without performing a land check by property experts. Do not buy any property without, first of all, carrying out a land check by property experts like us. Uh, what that means is that some of these properties, some of these lands, they are under government acquisition. So you need to be sure of what you are buying, that you are buying a free land. This is just to ascertain if the land you are buying is under government acquisition, also known as government land. Okay, there are government acquisitions in most communities, especially in Edo State. We have a lot of government acquisitions in most of these communities. So that has to be ascertained if the land you are buying is uh, is under government acquisition. So you need experts like us to carry out a land check on these properties, to ensure that you are not buying a government land. And also, it's also important to check, to also see if this land already has a CFO by other persons. So we carry out this land check to ensure that the land is free before you make any payment on this landed property. It's very, very vital, so that you won't be a victim of government land or a victim of a land that has a CFO by someone else and another person is trying to sell it to you. So it's very important you do a land check, okay, by experts. Now, number two on my list here is that you check for land authenticity. It's important you check for land authenticity. You can't actually carry out all these exercise except you hire experts like us to, carry out all these check on you on your behalf. So you check for the land authenticity, if the land is genuine or not. Then number three, you also have to check for dispute or litigation. This means that you have to check if this land is being disputed or it has a litigation. That means if the land has a court case. So you have to carry out this check before buying. So you have to check for dispute or litigation. If the land has a court case or there's a dispute on that property, it's very, very important you check all these things before buying any property. Then you also, number 4 on my list is you have to check if the land is a bad land. The owner wants to dispose this land quickly before the problems of this land surfaces. You have to carry out a check if it's a good land or a bad land. For example, you have to check the topography of this location. Check if it's a level ground, if it's a wetland. The seller might just be concealing something from you that he or she may want to quickly dispose this land before these problems will surface. So we have to check if there is a good topography, if it's not going to be flooded in future. So these are the things that you must do. Very, very important, before buying this landed property. So the other one is that you also have to investigate all the documents of the land. Okay, that is the fifth one. You have to investigate all these documents of the land. Now I will quickly expatiate on this one. In my previous video where I shared with you title documents, that has to do with landed property. Every land or every house or every property has what we call title documents. Okay, these are papers that covers this land. These are papers that prove ownership of these properties. Now, you must investigate any document that is being provided. For example, the first document you have to check is the community approval. Like I said in my previous video, the community approval is very vital when buying a property. It shows that the community has consented to the ownership of this property by the owner. When the owner was acquiring this property, it shows that the community consented to it. So you must, see the community approval. That is the first one. Then secondly, if the land was acquired from another person, there should be a deed of transfer. We must go through the deed of transfer. It tells the history of this land. You understand? So the deed of transfer, tells the history of this land, how it was acquired. Now, if the land was acquired from the community, that is from the community is going to have just an approval given by the community. But if other parties have been involved in transferring this land from Mr. A to Mr. B, there should be a deed of transfer. Okay, this deed of transfer must be also investigated. It must be checked to see how the land was acquired, how it was transferred, how it left Mr. A to Mr. B to Mr. C. So it's very important you check these documents. Then, if it has a survey plan, then it's also important you also check this survey plan if it's done by a registered surveyor or if the survey was lodged. These are things you must find out, and you need an expert to carry out these things. Now, if there is a CFO, good. We can also verify that if the CFO is genuine, if it's authentic. So every document provided by the seller must be investigated, and you can only achieve that by getting people like us, expert estate developers like us, to carry out this check for you. So it's very, very important. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Then the next one on my list here is you should always involve a lawyer to draw up the contract with his seal. Whatever property you are buying, the lawyer should be involved to draw up this contract and to prepare the agreement papers with his seal. It's very important that you involve a lawyer. Don't do roadside agreement. Get a lawyer to prepare these documents, okay, with a seal. And there's a way they also register with NBA, that's Nigeria Bar Association. So you must involve a lawyer in all this when it comes to preparing the agreement. So it makes your document valid. It makes it valid and presentable in court, especially when there are litigation. Just in case in future when maybe a court case arises or there's a litigation concerning this property, it's important you involve a lawyer in preparing this agreement so that your document will be valid in the court of law. Okay, I'm not saying there will be court cases, just in case there are court cases. You know what? That will give you an edge because your document is valid, prepared by a lawyer. So always involve a lawyer to prepare the agreement. Okay, we know the charges sometimes are high, but you can negotiate with these lawyers, negotiate with them, and do it the right way. So don't do roadside, okay, so that you won't become a victim of invalid papers. In case someone takes a legal action against you on that property, first of all, it's important your papers are valid, prepared by a lawyer. So it's very, very important. Then the next on my list here is to ensure you put a fence around this property after buying. Okay, you put a fence around it on the land after purchasing. You understand? Now, this, it shows it has a way of showing ownership. You have to put a fence on the land after purchase, to establish ownership on this property, physical possession or ownership. So with a fence on the land, then you have established ownership on this land, and you have also taken physical possession of the land, and you have also secure it from land encroachers. It's very, very, don't just buy land and leave it there. Either you put a fence on it, put one or two things on it to establish ownership. Then you can go further by surveying this land. You can go further by surveying this land. You can contact us. We carry out a survey on the land. The land will be surveyed. It will be lodged. The survey will be lodged, okay, with the government. Then ownership has also been established. Then, if you have the money, you can also proceed by applying for a CFO on this property. Okay, if you have the money, if you have extra money to apply for a CFO, why not? You can then apply for a CFO, okay, if the money is available. So all these are ways to secure your landed property, to establish ownership, to take physical possession. So they are very, very vital. All right. So all of these, you can't actually do this alone. That's why you need experts like us to do this on your behalf. Do all this investigation, help you in taking possession of this land, establishing ownership on this property. All right, so that is all I can take on this video today. The time has gone beyond 10 minutes. I hope you have learned something from it. In case you are buying a property, you must put these things in mind. These are the things that should be done before a property is purchased. So when we also sell properties, when we advertise properties for sale, we carry out all these things. We do all this search and check to also ensure that the property is genuine, the buyer is safe, everything is okay. So it's very important. Thank you very much for viewing my video. Again, Osaze Ekunwe is my name. I'm an estate developer. I sell homes and estate in Edo State, Nigeria. So my phone numbers are 070-5507-6156. You can call me on WhatsApp and chat me up, if you have questions. Okay, so that is it. I'll be seeing you again in my next video. Just ensure you hit that subscribe button and subscribe this channel for more notifications of